Hey guys, so I am going to do a review today on the hair care or the hair dyeing products that I use to dye my hair like this. I've been dyeing my hair crazy colors and by myself for about 5-6 years now, but I've been getting my hair professionally done since I was about 7 years old. I've been getting highlights and lowlights and all that kind of stuff done since I was about 6 to 7. So my hair's been kind of through the ringer a lot. But when I decided to start doing crazy colors, I kind of started doing it by myself just because it's one of those things where I just think it's easier to do it by yourself, and kind of if you want to get what you want, you kind of almost have to do it by yourself. I read about I want to say like 8 or 9 months ago. I've been every single color you can possibly think of. I've been blonde, I've been black, I've been brown, I've been blonde and black, I've been, I've been everything. I've been purple, I've been blue, I've been red, obviously. So I've been kind of all over the spectrum. But when I went red, it was the very first time I've ever been red before, and I didn't really know what it entailed and stuff. So I decided to go to a professional because I didn't feel comfortable kind of dyeing my own hair, and I wasn't really sure how to do it because it was just a color I was never used to. So when I went to a professional, she didn't want to bleach out my hair, so kind of what they did was they put like this henna type thing, I think it was, like on my natural hair. So it turned to my natural hair because I had a lot of roots that had grown out, and so I had like 4 or 5 inches of natural hair color, and so it turned like that natural hair color into kind of like an orange, like a dark orange. It like took my hair and changed it kind of orange colored. And then I had blonde already. The bottom half of my hair was blonde and stuff, so she put the red on, and it had like this fire effect. I'll post pictures for you guys on my blog if you want to check it out. And it was cool, but after a while I really just wanted my whole head, like roots and everything, to be bright red. And it was getting really expensive to do, so I decided to do it by myself, and I was really scared. But I found this, and I think it's worked amazingly, and I really like how it turns out and how easy it is. So it's the L'Oreal Technique Excellent HiColor HiLight for dark hair only, and it's in red. This is technically, it's open, I used it. This is technically you technically do highlights with this, but you can do your whole hair. You just kind of have to get probably a box or 2. But it is for dark hair only, and what you guys do need to understand about this, and I've seen reviews and stuff on this, and I think it doesn't get across very well, is this has peroxide in it. Peroxide is what bleaches your hair. You really can't get this color of hair unless you have blonde hair. It's kind of a catch-22 type of thing. You have to have pretty blonde hair in order to get really bright, vibrant colors, and ideally you want white blonde, which is the blondest you can be, but it is very damaging to your hair. But this stuff does have peroxide in it, and I can't stress that enough for you guys. It does have peroxide in it. It's just mixed in with the hair color, and it just makes it a little bit easier to one-step process. So I want to just let you guys know that it will bleach your hair, because you do need developer, obviously, to do this. And I don't think a lot of people understand that this does need, that this will damage your hair. Anytime you lighten your hair, anytime you try to lift your hair, it causes damage to it because you're stripping your hair of all the color that is in it. And that's extremely damaging to your hair. And most of the time, hair color that you put back into your hair will have conditioning elements to it to help condition back your hair to the point where it needs to be. But this will bleach your hair. I just want to let you guys know that it does do that. So like I said, you need a developer, and it's a one-step process, which is what I really liked about it, is because you just needed to mix the developer in, you put it on your hair, you leave it on for 30 minutes, and it dyes your hair. And it has the red already in it, so you don't really need to like bleach your hair and then put red in and stuff like that. And just putting bleach on your hair obviously is very damaging. And this is damaging, but I think it's a little less damaging, I guess. It's a little less harsh than putting just like straight peroxide developer on your hair, which I have done. Like I said, I've been every color you can think of, and I'm very surprised that my hair hasn't fallen out before. So you guys do need a developer for it, and they suggest that you use 30. Yeah, they suggest that you use 30. You can use any type you want. I use 40. This is the developer I use. I use a cream developer. I just think that cream developers mix a little bit better. I just like the consistency that a cream developer allows. I've kind of used all developers you can think of. I've kind of used them all. But this is a pure white. It's a maximum kind of pure white. It turns your hair, it's supposed to turn your hair as white as possible, which is what you want. But I use 40, and I know it says it suggests that you use 30, but I use 40 because I know the threshold of my hair, and I know that 40, my hair can handle 40. My hair can handle just about anything. Like I said, it's kind of been through the ringer. When I went from dyed black hair to bleached blonde, they had to use 50 on my hair, which is a pretty high developer. But I use 40. I would suggest that if it's the first time you've ever dyed your hair by yourself or bleached it, I would use 30, just because it's not quite as intense. And if you guys don't know how developer works, the number, so 40, this is a 40 volume. This will lift your hair 3 to 4 shades. So they have like 5, 10, 15. They have all those numbers. So 10 tends to lift your hair 1 shade, 20 will lift it 1 to 2, 30 lifts it 2 to 3, and 40 will lift it 3 to 4. So just kind of base what color hair you have as to what you need. If you have kind of light brown, I would suggest 20. If you have medium to dark, I'd suggest 30 to 40. So it just kind of depends on what color your hair is. Also, what I need to tell you is that if for any reason you have already dyed hair, if your hair is already lightened on any parts, you rarely want to put peroxide back on top of peroxide. That's what really damages out your hair. So if for any reason, like I was, and you have your bottom, if any part of your hair is kind of bleached out, if you have highlights, if you have low lights, if you have an undertone like I had at one point where the bottom half of your hair is blonde, what I would suggest, and this is what I did the first time around, was I used 40 on my roots, so my natural hair color, and then on the rest of my hair I used 10. So it just was to bring my hair up to the same level, so the whole hair was at the same level as everything, so you didn't have like half of your hair on a different level than everyone else. So I used 2 of these the first time I did it. I used 1 for my roots, so for the natural hair color that I had, and then for the rest I used 10. And obviously I have I like a dark halo that goes around my hair, and that's not anything that this did. It's because of that henna or whatever stuff that they put in my hair beforehand. It's a lot harder to lift out, that I've discovered. So I kind of have like this dark halo that kind of goes around my hair. But the second time I did it, I did the 40 on my roots, and then instead of doing the 10, because you want to avoid putting, like I said, you want to avoid putting bleach on top of bleach. That's already bleached hair. It really does damage out your hair, so you kind of just want to avoid it as much as possible. So the second time around I did my roots when my roots needed to get done, and then I did Manic Panic on the rest of my hair because my hair was already pre-lightened. And I used Pillar Box Red. This is their True Red color that they have, and I really like it. I believe this is kind of a pink based red. Reds can come in pink, they can come in orange based. It kind of just depends on what type of red you have. This does kind of turn your hair into, this has a pink based red in it. I've noticed that when you wash out your hair, it kind of fades into a pinky color. And this is kind of a pink based red too. If you guys want, if you don't like the pink based red and you want more of an orange based red, I would suggest Wildfire by Manic Panic. The Wildfire is more of an orange based red, which I've used obviously on my hair before. That's just kind of an idea. Special Effects also makes a really good semi-demi permanent hair coloring product if you want to try that out. So it kind of just depends on what you prefer. And this stuff obviously is just hair dye or hair color. It just has the color in it. It has nothing that's gonna really damage out your hair. So it's a little less damaging to your hair, so you're not constantly putting damage into it. So like I said, this faded out into a really pretty kind of pinky color, which I liked because before my hair faded out into a copper kind of orange color and I didn't really like it. I felt kind of weird. So this stuff kind of fades out into a pink color. They also have magenta and they have copper, I believe, in this. So if you do like kind of an orangey color, sorry, the sun's in my eye. If you do kind of like the coppery color, they do have that, and then they do have a kind of a red-based purple, which I'm sure is beautiful. I have been purple before. I love it. And like always, you should wash your hair with cold water. I will do a hair kind of care routine video for you guys to kind of explain what I do to keep my hair as bright as possible. But just like with anything else, you do kind of want to use cold water, which is how this stayed so long in my hair. And Manic Panic works best with cold water. Because it is a semi-demi permanent. If you guys aren't familiar with semi and demi permanents, there's a hair on here. They wash out with every time you wash it. They slowly wash out every time you wash it, and this does too. This will slowly wash out every time you wash it. So every time I wash my hair, my tub is filled with like orange and red because this does fade out too. But Manic Panic is a semi-permanent, and it does come out every time you wash your hair. So that's kind of the downfall to coloring your hair brightly colored. And always use Color Safe shampoo, which is probably good. But I'll do an entire video about that for you guys, just because, I don't know, there's a lot of kind of tricks and trades that you need to know in order to keep your hair kind of vibrant when you have vibrantly colored hair, so it doesn't like fade out and turn like weird colors. But it can also apply to, you know, normal colored hair or normal hair. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. But I really like this. This stuff is amazing. I'm really enjoying it. I know that they have a UK version of it. It's called like Magic Contrast or something. I don't know what it's called. But they have a UK. I heard the UK version is amazing of this, and I'd love to try it. But it's like $22 a thing. But this stuff I think works just as well. But there's a lot of these for dark hair stuff, so I'm going to keep my eye out for it, and anytime I try a new one, I'll let you guys know how I like it. But this stuff is pretty good, so if you're thinking of dyeing your hair crazy red, or you kind of just want a one-step process for highlights or anything, I definitely get this. You guys can get this at Sally's for like, I think with the Sally card it was like $7.75 or something, and then obviously you need to make sure you get a developer. This is the developer I use. You can use any type of developer you want. It's just the one I use. I like it. And like I said, it's a cream developer. I just like cream developers a little bit more. I just like the way that they mix. And I think this was like $4 or $5. And then obviously Manic Panic is about $8, just a bottle, depending on where you get it from. So all in all, it's kind of roughly around $20, and you don't $15–20, which is a lot cheaper than spending like $120 or $200. This was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just remember, this does bleach out your hair, and bleaching does damage it. So just remember that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and get another video out this week sometime. I know it's been like a week since I posted. But I will do a hair care regime for you. Just kind of give you kind of my tricks and trades that I do. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel is necessary. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, bye!